We go to New York. Wow! Muslim Democrat Socialist Zoltar Mamdani, who's running for mayor, by the way.
Who?
Says some truly moronic things about 9/11. That his auntie got dirty looks.
Hold up.
And that they are the true victims.
Wait a minute. Now you're an asshole.
I'm Jasper Gonzo on this. Yeah, because 3,000 people who got murdered that day 24 years ago by flying planes into buildings.
Oh my God!
Really didn't mean anything.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. And may God have mercy on your soul.
But it's what's next.
The game has just begun.
Happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Jasper Gonzo, what's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Monday. And of course, I have a tendency to say in the beginning of the week, new day, new week, new bullshit. And yes, there is a plenty of the bullshit. What do I mean? We go to New York, where there is a contentious mayoral race between one Zohran Mamdani and Andrew Cuomo, the former mayor. You remember him, had a wonderful time during his mayoral run, especially around the COOF. And 18,000 people died in a nursing home because they decided to stick Utes in there who had the COOF. And was no big deal. Anyway, about Mamdani. A lot of people have been skeptical, scratching their heads on one side. And then the other side, you have people cheering like they hit the lottery because of what this guy could potentially do to New York City. Make it more affordable, especially when you have 60% of the people who make 1%, the millionaires and billionaires who live in that city are funding the bill. How are you going to make it more affordable? Yes, by price controls and rent controls and making New York City a haven for the LGBTQ community. But anyway, he was asked some things about, 9/11, and of course, he decided to open his mouth and say that, about 9/11, we are the victims. My auntie got dirty looks. And about the people who died that day, well, it really doesn't mean a lot. Now, does it? And here we go. This comes out of OUTKICK. Lunatic Socialist Zohran Mamdani, who is about to be mayor of New York City, the way it's looking, makes truly moronic comments about 9/11. It doesn't get any dumber than this, folks. This Zohran Mamdani lunatic in New York puts my brain in a blender every single day. Seriously, I don't have a horse in this race. I live in Florida, where the adults run the show and people live a happy life. I don't have to worry about this nonsense because we're not the idiots down here. Well, we are, but in a good way. This Zoltar Mamdani character up in New York is insane, batshit crazy. A lot of the nonsense he spews, I let it slide. And it's like when Mentaler says 1,400 ridiculous things a day. I can't address them all. I don't have the time, nor do I have the patience. Every once in a while, though, I have to step in and tell her, no, it's called parenting. Libs, look it up. That's what I'm doing today with Mamdani. I lived through 9/11. I watched it happen in real time. I grew up during the fallout. When someone who is about to marry New York City makes idiotic comments about 9/11, I have to step in. What a moron.
I want to use this moment to speak to the Muslims of New York City.
Yes, please tell us. Yes. You gather your thoughts.
I want to speak to the memory of my aunt.
As he crocodiles his
stopped
tears.
taking the subway after September 11th because she did not feel safe in her hijab.
The guy is such a fucking fraud, man. Such a fucking fraud. Zohran Mamdani is a different level of idiot. Look, I don't want to be doing this today. I don't want to be ruining college football Saturday with Zohran Mamdani. We don't have a ton of them left, not full slates, at least. But when a socialist lunatic makes mind-numbing, stupid comments like this, I have to call him out. I have no choice. I took an oath when I took this job. I have to fulfill it. Look, Zoltar, with all due respect to your auntie, I'm sure she was a great lady, but excuse me if we don't give a about how she felt about 9/11. Sorry, we had bigger things in our mind, like 3,000 people dying in a span of 3 hours on American soil by 2 guys flying airplanes from Saudi Arabia. But that's just me. How about this, Let me fix this for you. I'll give you some free PR, which I don't I love doing, seeing as you're a wacko. 2976 people stopped taking a subway after 9/11 because they were murdered. Yes, they were murdered. How's that? Sounds good? Good. Now use that moving forward, and you'll be really, and if you're going to be really the mayor of New York City, you buffoon. P.S. The fake tears in the middle. Credit was due to Zohran. That's a big league stuff. Politics 101. And I know this ain't stunning. I'm sorry. And I know this ain't New York. I saw during my childhood. Clearly, they're really about to elect this moron for mayor. It's stunning. They clearly jumped the shark here. The only person who said something dumber this week in the world of politics was Stephen A. Smith. That's not a list you want to be on, Zoltar. But that's what the Dems are offering up now these days. A small serving of Mamdani, a little slice of Stephen A., who frankly doesn't know his ass from his elbow, added a little Bernie, Hakeem, and AOC. Mix in a little 9/11 revisionist history, and you got yourself quite a week for the libs. Quite the party. Amazing. We'll never lose again.
Sharia law. What does Sharia law have to do with this?
I'm denouncing them. I'm asking you.
I am running.
I know, but I'm like, that's the point. If you're going to run for mayor, you have to denounce it. Do you denounce that?
What is Sharia law?
I come from a political tradition Donald Trump describes as the enemy within. We came here to remake this state in the image of our people.
Police think about Zohran, because I know that's like a little contentious.
What they think. You're a city employee. You get told what to do. Shut up. When did you get an opinion?
My thoughts. Well said by Zagdeen of OUTKICK. The fact of the matter is that I've seen a number of videos with this Zoltar, and I'll call him Zoltar because Zohan's not so fitting. Zoltar has done the fake tear bit a number of times. He's a clown, he's a buffoon, he's a moron, but he's no dummy. He has moronic millennials and Gen Zers in New York wrapped around his little finger. Doesn't matter what he says. He could come out tomorrow and say, well, you know about 9/11, those people, they were mainly the Jews, and they deserve to be murdered. He could say that tomorrow, and he would still win the mayoralship in New York City. How the fuck does that happen? Exactly. But there's just more and more stuff about this Zoltar dude coming out every single day, and of course, it's getting close to game time. Now, on one hand, you got Andrew Cuomo, who didn't do himself any favors during the coup, during the vax mandates, and allowed over 18,000 people in nursing homes to perish because. And then you've got Zoltar, who basically has no skin in the game whatsoever when it comes to the coup. He's already said to fund the police. He already wants price controls, rent controls. He wants a haven for alphabet knuckleheads. And then he comes out and says stupid moronic shit like this. He's going to win. And New York is going to get over royally. He's going to get bent over with no KY. It'll look like a prison rape scene by the end of his 4 years. But New York, sometimes you need to learn the hard way. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borgonzo. This is what's next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.